Hi guys, Gil at Camppatton Family Compound here in Idaho. Hey, well, I've already been out here a little bit in the morning. I forgot to grab the camera. I was down in the ditch. I'm going to do a little complaining here first. Alright, the 9N Ford tractor, it's a great pulling machine. It's got muscle to pull. Unfortunately, when you're trying to push backwards with the drag box, you get a little pile behind it and the tires like to spin. So yeah, it took me a while to push all this dirt in last night here with it. Probably about 6 times as long as it would have taken me to get the pushed in if I had it on the Coyote here instead of the backhoe attachment on it. But that's what I had, because the Coyote's kind of stuck over to the ditch until I get some dirt pushed in there for it. So I went down in the ditch and I filled in one of the areas here, leveled it out. I got some more work to do down there, but right now I'm going to be doing a bunch of prep work here, and so class is going to be in session here. So let me get this set up over here. One of the first things I'm going to do here, I'm going to talk about PEX pipe and how to work with PEX pipe if I can get the tripod to sit level here. Okay, so give me a second here to grab some fittings. Okay, so PEX pipe. Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, they all carry it. There's a couple different brands on it. Shark Bite is one of the big ones for fittings and stuff. Apex is another one. Anyways, so I got to attach this to the other one. The way I do that is with a double male barbed attachment. Well, the first thing I got to do is I got to put on one of the copper, even though it doesn't look like copper, it's a copper ring over it, and I just push it on just a little bit. Okay, then that goes in, so the ring is on there just a little bit. Let's see if I can get around here so I can do this right. Then I take a special handy dandy tool. See if I can get it right here. I put that right, come on. There we go. So it's just seated. Make sure that stays seated tight. You crimp it. And that's all there is to it. Now it has a little testing tool to put on there, and out of the hundreds I've done, I've only had 2 that weren't done and done right. All I had to do to fix that was I move it 90 degrees and give it a second crimp, and every one I've done the double crimp on has worked 100%. It's simple, it's easy, no glue, no mess, no worry about knocking the glue can over, none of that crap. No hose clamps, it's a lot better. So I wish they made these type things for garden hoses, for repairing garden hoses. It'd be so much easier. So if someone can go out there and can figure out a way to use the PEX crimpers and stuff to fix garden hoses right, hey, you'll make $1 million. All right, so this is now ready to go down, and for me to do it to fix the pipe down in the hole. But let me set this here so I have my crimper right here down in the hole where I'm going to be at. The kit I got off of Amazon had that in it. Has 4 sizes. Does 3/8, ½ inch, 3/4, and 1 inch PEX pipe. It also comes with a real nice cutting tool. So I'm gonna have to go down in the ditch. And what I'll do is, I got it. The piece of pipe I have in there has a plug in it, so I'll just go below the plug barely, cut it off, and then I'll put the the crimp ring on there, slide it together and crimp it together, and then it'll be one long piece of pipe. The reason I cut so close to the plug is I got another little tool that goes inside and it cuts the ring, not the pipe, just the ring, and you just clip the ring off, and then you can just slide the plug out and reuse the plug. In fact, I've used that plug there 3 times so far as I've gone around laying pipe and testing it. So set that there. So that's on that. Now the next thing I got to do, see, so there's the PEX pipe with the plug in it, and below it is the 1-inch PVC electrical conduit. So I'm gonna go, I gotta extend that conduit around the corner here, and the PEX pipe. Once I get extended around the corner, then I can push this pile of dirt here down into here so I can get the tractor out. I need some dirt behind it here to be able to back around and get out, and then I can go around and then I can work down here. So those of you who have never used PVC glue before, well, really cool stuff to use. Can be messy though. Get this turned down here. So there are 2 brands that I usually use to work with pipe. If I'm using a water line, I try to use Red Devil Blue Hot Glue. It is probably the best stuff around for getting an absolute watertight, airtight seal. But for just electrical stuff, I use the standard Odie. Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware carries this as well. Now, some people say you have to put glue on both sides. Well, all this is just keep the pipe together and keep moisture out. It's not going to be a lot of pressure on it. And if I put glue on the inside and glue on the outside, when I slide there, that glue on the inside of the bell piece here gets pushed up and can push down and form like a ridge down inside the pipe here farther, down in here past the bell. And that can cause problems when you're running electrical. So usually what I do, I'll just put it just a good helping on the spigot in, and I just push it together, give it a little twist, and it sets up, and that's it. And as you can see, there is some glue dripping off of it here. Oops, sorry, get it up high enough. There is some glue dripping off from where I pushed it together, but already now it's set enough where it's not going to come apart. So the next thing to do is put pipes and stuff down in the ditch and go to work on it. So let me move this around and we'll do that. And so hang on a second here. Okay, getting down in the ditch here. If I get farther forward here, okay, I'm going to have to take one more adjustment to here. Try legs a little wide to fit down in the ditch here. There we go. All right, so let me climb under here. Oh, squeeze by the roots. You know, this wouldn't have been quite so bad 31 years ago when I got married. At the time, I weighed 155 pounds and I had a 29-inch waist. I could fit down here no problem. All right, so let me adjust this just a little bit without knocking a ton of dirt in here and set this here, or hopefully I can get this to work right. Ugh. Ah. Okay. Okay, the first thing I'm going to try to do here, get that out of the way a little bit. Get the dust off of that. Make sure that's free. Let's put my glue on this pipe. Put that back on so I don't contaminate the glue. All right, there we go. Part one done. All right, get that can out of here. Back up. Yeah, I may need 2 showers today, as dirty as this is. Okay, so, dang it. I gotta go turn off the water pressure for this. So, hang on a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Now you can't see my beautiful face, but hey, it's not my face you need to see right now. So, got the water turned off. Forgot to bleed the line, so I'll probably get a little spray here. Yep. Okay. Got air pressure in the line. Oh, there's the water coming out now. Whoa! There we go. Yeah, now I'm all muddy. Oh well, I can take a shower. Okay, come on. In my pocket here, I got the ring somewhere here. I know I put 2 of them in here. All right. Oop, other pocket. No wonder why I couldn't find it. Okay, here we go. So now I just slip the ring on. The crimping ring. Flex the pipe around. There we go. Now for the real hard part. This is where I wish I had a bigger bucket on the backhoe. I only came with a 12-inch bucket, and so it makes it kind of tight down in here. Come on, get on here. Get on here right. There we go. There's 1 and 2. Okay. Well, this is ready to be backfilled here. As soon as I get myself, the camera out of here. Oh, ow. Ouch. I hate roots. Always getting poked by roots in a narrow ditch. Okay, so. That was fun like a toothache. All right, there we go. All right, so that's what it looks like from up here. So now I got to go turn the water back on, make sure it doesn't leak. Before I do that, I got to put the plug in the other end. So let's move over here for a second. And we'll set that right there for a second. Go ahead and put this in the pipe. Okay, so, whew, man, ton of dirt on me. So this is the piece I cut off. Got the little plug in there. It's got a little bit more plastic on here than what I want. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim more of the plastic off. So get that good view in there. Get the sunlight shining on it there. Maybe you can see it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that off. Now, this was another tool I had to buy separately. Didn't come in with the kit because I guess they think we're supposed to be perfect and not have to cut stuff. But what it has here is it has an anvil and a cutter. Now you notice it doesn't go all the way together. Well, that's because they don't want you cutting through the pipe and into the fitting because you're trying to salvage the fitting. So this goes in here like that. Find a spot. There we go. And see how the anvil goes up on it? I mean, the cutter goes up over it. So I cut. Pop. There it went. So it just split it. But it didn't damage. It didn't go all the way through the pipe. And it didn't damage the fitting on the inside, but it's still on there kind of hard. So what I found out I can do is I just go around, give it just a little squeeze. Watch how it spreads out. And then it comes right off. Now the next thing is to get the plastic off. Sometimes it'll slide out, sometimes it won't. Let's see what happens here. It's been on there for several days, so it doesn't want to do it. Utility knife. Hey. So all I do is I just cut, slide into it. I don't want to gouge into the fittings. I just want to pry it and loosen it a little bit carefully so it doesn't damage it here. Cut from the other end too. So it's all got a nice cut there in it. And I'll cut a little right next to it at a V, like you're notching a tree. Just kind of weaken the it down there some so I can pry it apart here. There, it's starting to go. Works great too. Use this to hook it and pull it. There it goes. Alright, now push that out. It's starting to come out. Sometimes it takes a little extra nudge here. Of course, it work better if I had a. Let me just set it down here on the stump here and add a little cut this way on it. There we go. So basically, I just split down the side here a little bit. It just leaves just a little bit here to cut. There we go. A little bit more. This is just really hanging on there. There. Of course, it is kind of cool this morning, so it's a little bit tougher to move it. Okay, so I got the plug off. Now I'm going to reuse the plug on the other end of the pipe so we can turn the water back on, because I want to make sure that that's not leaking down there before I fill it up. So let's go over here. Turn it this way. Don't get the glare here. Okay. So first thing I got to do, put another ring on. Now I notice sometimes that when it comes from the factory, it's got bite marks in it here from the tool at the factory when they roll it up and work it. But this is just temporary, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. There we go. Fitting right up on the end there. Now on the tool here, it's got a smooth side here and a side where you can, it has some nuts and some wing levers here on it. This is so you can change out the anvils for your different sizes. So when you go to crimp next to a fitting, you want the smooth side here close to the fitting. Yeah. There we go. That sitting right there. There. Okay. So that's ready. I can go turn the water pressure on and make sure we don't have any leaks. All right. Okay, so water pressure's on. No leak. All right. And I rolled the pipe on down out the other end, set it out there. So, all right, now another bit of class training work here. So, PVC pipe is not always going to fit in full length joints, so you're going to have to cut it. And when you do cut it, the ends, I'm not sure you can see it here, get these little burrs here up on outside, on the inside. They can cause problems. Some of the problems they can cause is you put just glue on there and it starts to slide. That rolls up into a little ball between there and the coupling or the fitting, whatever, and deforms it a little bit and creates a weak spot and possibly even a gap where it'll leak. So what you need to do, utility knife again, turn it this way here, just kind of drag the knife along the edge here, putting like a little 45-degree bevel on there. You don't want to cut into it because then you go too much. It's soft. Go like this, just peels it off outside, and then do the same thing on the inside. One of the other bad things about PVC is it's a great conductor of static electricity. So those little shavings like to stick everywhere. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue a fitting on here because I know what I'm going to need to do with it. Actually, not this end, on the other end, because this end's going to go up on top, and that'll get the breaker box I'm going to put out here on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this 90 on here. It's called the 90 sweep. Put that back in there. And put that down in there. What this is going to do is this is going to go like this in the trench, and the pipe in the trench is going to slide into here. And then this is going to come up alongside the cargo container here, where I'm going to mount a 30 amp little breaker box, and then off that 30 amp breaker box, I'm going to run off a single 110 receptacle, so I can power the lights that are inside the cargo container. but I'll also be able to put on a 30 amp utility plug out here, so I can plug in my arc welder if I need to use it out here. So next thing I need to do now, before I lay this last piece of pipe, when you're digging with a backhoe, let's change this around so you can see me. Okay, when you're digging with a backhoe, the backhoe digs in a curve, in an arc. You can't. It's very hard to get it to go straight down. So I got it straight down for the first little bit here, but the last several feet there, I got to dig it back by hand to get it so I can put that 90 right up against here, and they'll come up here. Let me grab that 90 in the base here, and I'll show you what I mean. See, the back of the 90 is hitting there, and I need it to be back here. So I got to dig from right there where the end of the 90's touching, dig from there down to there, out. So this will be able to fit in there tight. This will be up close, so I can mount the breaker box right there. So guess what I got to do? I get back down in the ditch and get dirty again. Dang it, I just brushed myself off too. That's what I get for getting ahead of myself. I just don't like getting dirty. Okay, so give me a minute here to get down in there, and I'll be back with you. I don't know why this thing keeps timing out. Battery that says it's got, half a battery on it, but keeps shutting off on me. Anyways, got my knife. I cleaned this up. Put a little glue on it here. And it's clean. Drop that down in there. All right, that'll work. Dirt will hold it back in place where it needs to be. Dirt on the bottom there. There we go. All right, so the next thing I got to do, I got to drive a post in for the hydrant. In one of the previous videos, you saw me doing a hydrant where I put the bucket on it, the rock around it, and everything else. Well, I'm going to do that again here. So I'm going to drive a post in to tie the hydrant stem to, so it doesn't slide up and down. Give it a little stability too, so it doesn't get bumped. If it gets bumped, it doesn't, it's not going to break off the fittings at the bottom. I will get this all set up with the 90 and the angle up. Actually, I'm going to do 290. I'm going to do 290, so do an angle side 90 and then an up 90. That way, it has water line comes over like this to it, and then the 90 coming up to it. That way, it has a little bit more flexibility on it. I'll get that all prepped. The hydrants are supposed to be coming today about noon, and then I'll put that in there. I'll put that in there then. I'll get everything else here kind of cleaned up here, where everything needs to be in the meantime. But the way I'm installing the hydrants, I did not come up with this on my own. Actually, Heath from Red Poppy Ranch posted a great video on it. So you want to check out another good site, Red Poppy Ranch. Heath has been working on his property for the last several years down about 80 miles south of us here, near the Utah border. And he is completely off-grid. And so, yeah, he had to dig a well, the whole 9 yards. In fact, that's how I found about him. I was Googling or YouTubing videos on digging a well, and I found his, and it was really good, informative. He's a professional plumber. So the way I'm doing it is the way that he said to do it. So go check out Heath at Red Poppy Ranch and tell him that Gil from Camppatton Family Compound told you about him, about his way of doing yard hydrants. All right. Okay, I'm gonna get back to cleaning up here and pushing dirt. Hey guys, well, it's about, I guess it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon now. Got this part of the ditch all done here, backfilled mostly. I got to do some final touch-up grading here. But it was so friggin' dusty that I went and turned on the garden hose and just really flooded the area. Got it. Tried to get it wet, but you can see it's already drying out in spots. Yeah, it's a killer today. But I am staying hydrated. So everything's done on here, down to here. Now I got to get this wet here later on. I got to head off to Home Depot and get some parts. Still waiting on the water hydrants to show up. When the hydrants get here, then I'll install it down in there. And so yeah, so I'm going to Home Depot, get the little 2-circuit breaker box to go on top of the conduit there, and got another bunch of other stuff on the list, other pieces. I also have the box for the electrical to install over on the other side over here, where I started out with the trenches for the travel trailer. So later on this afternoon, when it cools off, I'll work on wiring in the box for the travel trailer. It's a nice little outdoor box. But what I'm going to have to do on that one there is, I'm going to show you here. So this is the box. This is the box here, and opens up. There's the plug for the travel trailer, and I'm not going to mount it up over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it right about here, so it's in line with the water, and we're going to install the 90 for the dump station. And so basically I got to put a post in. Actually I got to dig down about a foot or so with the backhoe here, coming off the house here. The water line was right here. I'm going to put the electrical line right here. So I'm going to come off that. It's going to go under the foundation and tie into the new breaker box, breaker panel downstairs in the basement, so that I don't have to rewire it again when we move the meter out to the front of the house in about 1.5 years. So yeah, because this whole thing's all going to go away, and then the meter, it's going to have a new fully what is it, like for accredited, what do you want to call it, certified meter box on the front of the house over by the air conditioning unit. So this old one, which is outdated and been decertified, can go away. But so yeah, I'm going to pick up some the 1-inch steel pipe and a steel 90 to get it underground, and then I'll use my last piece of the conduit to run over for the run under the foundation. So that's what's going to be going on there. I'm still just waiting for them to show up with the those hydrants, but now they changed it from by noon to by 8 o'clock tonight when I checked online. So anyways, I'm going to head up to Home Depot, then I'm going to head over to Sam's Club. Today is Wednesday in Idaho Falls. Sam's Club gas drops its prices to the lowest in the city, so I'm going to go up and gas my truck while I'm up there, and get 15 gallons of diesel for the Coyote. Alrighty, and that's where we're at right now. So probably not going to make another video to finish off this video. I'm not going to continue doing excerpts for this video today, so I'll just go ahead and load this one up here before I head up to Idaho Falls. And anything else will go on tomorrow's video. Alrighty, so if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Click that little red button. When you do so, a little bell will appear next to it. Click on that bell. That will mean you'll get notifications whenever I post a new video. Also, don't forget to pound that thumbs up button. And if you know any of your friends or relatives that would enjoy these videos, please share it with them. Alrighty, thank you much, and have a good day.